What is up? Thank you for coming to my channel, Prison POV. So I thought today it'd be cool to talk about some of my exes. Since I have a new ex now to add to the list, I'd like to talk about some of them. I'm not going to talk about this new ex per se. Whoa, I've always wanted to use per se in a sentence. I did. I don't even know what it means. Did it come out right? It kind of flowed out kind of decent now. Anyways, I'm not about to talk about this new ex per se. But yes, I have an ex, and I'm not losing a whole gang of sleep over it. I'm feeling a sense of loss. And loss is weird than... Loss is more of impact than found, if you know what I mean. Because like if I found $40 right now, or someone gave me $40, I'd be like, cool. You know, I got $40. But if I lost 40 bucks, I'd go, I lost 40 bucks! What the fuck's that? So loss has a much more impact. So I feel a little sense of loss. Snarf, snarf. Remember that cartoon Thundercats? And the little character Snarf? Whenever he'd cry, he'd go snarf, snarf. When I was in prison, whenever one of the homeboys, maybe he didn't get a card for his birthday, maybe he lost a little bit of time, we'd go snarf, snarf. So yeah, snarf on mine. Feeling a little sense of loss, but I've been put through it way, way worse. And let's talk about that. Let's talk about when it was worse. Let's talk about when it was worse than it is now. That ought to cheer me up. So trip on this. Talk about this girl named Cheyenne. That's not her name, but it's funny because I do know a girl named Cheyenne from way back in the day. And she might even be watching this thinking, why are you using my name? But I'm not going to use the girl's real name, and Cheyenne. Look, it makes sense to me, okay? So this girl Cheyenne. Before I ever got with her, or even met her, I knew of her. Because we lived in the same general area. And I knew she was with this dude. We ended up... This homeboy, him and I getting real close. Ended up getting real close later on. But I didn't really know him then. He was a YA baby, in and out of YA. I knew of him, knew they were together, didn't really know him. So I'm in county jail. Keep that in mind. I'm in county jail. And this dude, who I don't really know, named Richard, comes over to my barracks. And, you know, you can't come in if you don't live there, so he stops at the gate. He's like, hey, could someone get Splinter? Hey, Splinter, you got some dude out there you want to? So I walk out, hey, what's up, bro? And I'd met him, you know, I kind of know who he was. He goes, hey, hit a lap with me, homeboy. Him and I are walking. And he's telling me all about how Cheyenne, how everyone is saying he slept with her. He's like, homeboy, I didn't. I gave her a ride. My truck, you know, died at the canal. Like, I didn't, dude. And my shoe, I left it at her house by accident, and I didn't. And homeboy's kind of mad. People said this and that. And he's going on and on. I'm going, okay. Keep in mind, I don't even know these people. No of them. So we're walking this lap, 3 laps, and he says, at the end, finally, he says, can you just tell homeboy that nothing went on? That I talked to you, and I sent my respects to him, and nothing happened. I go, I don't even know him. He goes, you don't even know those people? I go, no. He goes, I thought you lived over and you know this and that. I go, yeah, that's true. But I don't know those people. He goes, oh, okay. And we both walked away kind of like scratching our head like, okay, what? And then, I don't know, a year or so later after that, she ends up being my old lady. And we're kicking it one day. And I tell her about that. I go, hey, no, dude, Richard? She goes, yeah. I said, I was in county. He wanted me to hit a lap. And he told me how, like, you guys messed around or whatever. You know, he said that people said you guys messed around, but he said you guys didn't. And she goes, yeah, we did. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, I wasn't expecting that. I'm like, oh, okay. You know, I'm starting to feel sorry I asked. She goes, yeah. She goes, my homegirl told me that she slept with him, and it was good. He broke her off. She goes, shit, I wanted some. You know, so I slept with him. She goes, I was disappointed. I'm taking all this in. I'm thinking, we'll call that an overshare. I mean, you know, I kind of thought she'd just say no, just to make it simple. But I was like, hey, you know what I do? Appreciate that brutal honesty. You kept it all the way real. I'll give you that. So, I mean, okay, like kind of hard and weird to hear all that. But anyway, that was amazing. Hey, hi. So we ended up getting our pictures taken, which cops ended up with right away. Because one night I'm driving, I just got this badass Eldorado too. Breaks my heart to this day. It's baby blue, bucket seats, sick. Only had it a couple of weeks. Get pulled over by the damn cops. I'm giving him the alias Ryan that worked oh so well. And it was going fine until he went to go ask her name, and she broke out with, you know, hi, I'm Cheyenne. He's like, oh, you're not Ryan, you're Chris, I know who you are. He was, I thought you guys looked familiar, I just saw a picture of you guys. You're absconding, you're paroled at large. Took me to jail, arrested me. But what happened was how it kind of went bad, in my opinion, is her and I were staying in a motel, and we're almost there too. So staying in this motel, but it's in my cousin's name. So I'm in jail, I call him the next day, he's all mad, he's like, dude, I get a motel, put in my name. He's like, what happened to the TV? I go, I don't know, the TV was there last time I was there. He's like, no, the TV's gone. The motel just called me. I'm like, what? He's mad about the TV. My wheels are turning like, she can't even pick up a TV. She's like 5'3", 90 pounds. Like, she's not going to be able to pick up that TV. Like, I'm thinking, was it a hollow body? I'm trying to remember, but, you know, Like, I don't even think she could pick up the TV. Then I'm thinking, wait a minute, she doesn't have a car. And she's not, even if she could pick it up, she's not going to walk down the road. So some hairy-legged bastard went to my motel. So, okay, there's my answer. She obviously hooked up with some plumber. He's laying pipe. And they're watching my TV. Snarf, snarf. That sucked. But, however, nothing compares, glancing at my notes, nothing compares to you, oh no, sorry, nothing compares to when I got the violation, when I got bit by the canine, the dog. Boom, I get bit, I'm at KMC, I'm in the hospital, I call her, no handcuffs, no cuffs there, a phone next to me. I'm out of there, I'm thinking. I call her up, I say, hey, bring me some clothes, I want to get the heck out of here, I want to leave. She shows up like an hour later, and she shows up in the doorway. I'm laying in the bed, and I see her, and she's like, weird look on her face. And I'm thinking, they're trying to be sneaky, it's not working. I'm thinking, where's my clothes? She doesn't hold nothing. She like slides over me, I saw weird. And she goes give me a clavo on the down low. There's like not even really no nurses around, no one's looking. I guess she's afraid of a camera or something. She's paranoid, I don't know what it is. Sneakily hands me a clavo, so I grab it, I go, what's this? She goes, a clavo. I go, it's in a condom. I go, it's lubricated. It looks, one of the big ones. It's like, you have condoms now? Where'd you get condoms? She goes, oh, I just bought them for make this clavo. I was like, we use gloves. Which ones did you buy? Did you buy the big box? I mean, how many more condoms do you have? I'm like, I'm out of here. Take your lubricated condom back. I'm out of here. I'm going to get some, you can leave now because I'm going to call some homeboys. I'm going to get dressed and chicken spot. She left. Super weird. Called 2 different homeboys in case one couldn't make it. They both show up at the same time, give me some clothes. I couldn't escape. They snatched me up. I do the violation. I think there's more to say after that. Hang on. My bad. Whoop. Okay, no need to pause it. So, I do that violation. I couldn't get away. When I get out, I say to myself, I'm not going to call her, have nothing to do with her, but I end up calling her like usually it takes me 3 weeks. This has happened several times. I go to jail, I get out, I'm like, right, nothing to do with her. I either drink something, get drunk, because that always gets you calling your ex. 3 weeks later, is my maximum calling her. So I call her. Come get me, I really got to talk to you. Alright, drive over there. She's going to be standing out front. It's nighttime. I drive past her. I see her. I got to go. I got to flip a U so I can come back. But when I drive past her, I see her. She's real frumpy looking. Hair up in a bun. Has gained some weight. Super frumpy. And like she's wearing guy clothes. She's wearing like a pair of tan Dickies, like an Adidas shirt. Like, whoa, what's that? This looks weird. So I pull up. I get out. She comes running up to me. Pregnant. Big, huge, and pregnant. Like, whoa. She puts a big hug around me. Hi. I'm like, what the? Last time I seen you, we were holding hands walking down the road. Now I let go because I had to run from the cops. Be like, run, babe. And now this. She said, open her chores. Mine? Oh, it's mine now? So then we're like, okay, so did you say you ovulated on Tuesday? So then we have, okay, look, we have June, July, August, September, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, October, November, December. It doesn't check all the way out. I'm just going to go ahead and run with it. Basically short on options. Ran with it, wasn't my kid, end up delivered it. I told you guys this shit before, I'm coming out from a different angle. Ends up having the kid. Then the birth dad, the real dad, gets out of prison. She starts sneaking around. Like, and I don't know what it is, and I almost wish I wasn't like this, but you can't lie to me. I don't know what it is. You cannot run game and lie to me, especially a girl trying to run drag and shit. I pick up on it every time, and I wish I didn't. I'm like, damn, I wish I don't know why, but she'll start coming up like, at the side of her neck. I'm like, I know exactly what you're doing. Shut up. Just don't even run your game. Kick rocks. Do what you gotta do. Finally I said, man, look, I'm tired. Look, I don't want you to be with me and sneak off and go see him. I'd rather you be with him and sneak off and come see me. So that's what we did. We broke it off, and she went and she was with him and sneaking off and seeing me once in a while. Is that what my notes say? That's what my notes say. So then, now I kind of feel bad about how this next situation went down because I ended up hooking up with this other chick right away. What happened was, I moved in with one of my homeboys. He has an apartment. Him and I are roommates. Then this chick gets out of jail. I'm tripping on the time because it's 9 minutes. I always do this, don't I? And I feel like I don't have enough story. I'm going to have to stretch this somehow. Sometimes I feel like an option at the bottom, like an audible. Like, hey, if you're running low, you know, boom, you can throw the story in. I forgot to do that time. Party at 2 plus 1. So, I'm looking at my water. I'm looking for something to drink. That's how I used to do it. So I can, anyway, fuck, where the hell am I even at? Hooked up to this other girl. Me and homeboys are roommates. He says this girl's going to get out of jail. She has to stay with us for a while until she gets her own apartment. I'm like, cool. The thing is, they were together. They have not been together for like 3 years, but they were together for like 10 years. And they haven't been together for like 3. And in this last 3, she went was with a whole bunch of his homeboys. Not a whole bunch, but like several. I mean, one is a lot. Anything more than one's way too much. But she ran through some of the fellas. Even one of them in a Sonic bathroom. And I was like, that's gross, man. Why do you guys go to Taco Bell? You know they don't clean the bathrooms very good at Sonic. I have a Sonic bathroom story. See that later. So, be that as it may. Went to some of his homeboys. So, when I hear she's going to come stay with us, I said, tell him, look, dog, I'm not going to be with her. Like some other fellas did. Like, you know, they're friends. And you guys were together for a long time. A serious relationship. And you guys break up. And with some of the homies, like, I don't agree with that, dude. I'm not going to do that to you. You know, she's going to come stay with us. But I underestimated her. She's very relentless and aggressive in pursuit. I felt helpless. I felt like my hands were like this. So, I ended up with her. He didn't really seem to care too much about that part of it. Here's what he did start to trip on. We're together 3 weeks. Me and that girl. Had my room. Sleeping in a room with me, of course. The honeymoon. And then my ex calls me. The one that, you know, was pregnant. All that bullshit. The one I've been with, like, on and off since, like, birth, it feels like. You ever heard that song by Perfect Circle, Weak and Powerless? Feel weak and powerless to this chick. She calls me. I want to see you. I want to come kick with you for the night. I couldn't say no. I didn't want to say no. I'm like, and she never been to this apartment. I want her to come check this pet out. So I'm like, all right, cool. So we arrange it. She's going to be dropped off at a certain time. Then I go out there and I tell the girl I'm with now, I've been with for 3 weeks. I say, hey, my ex is coming over. She's like, huh? What do you mean? I don't get to understand. I was like, yeah, well, my ex, she's going to come over to stay one night. There she is now. And she said, oh, hey, what's up? And we go to my room. And we're kicking it, doing whatever. And I was saying, hi, bye, kiss, mask, no one else. She shows up, boom, in my room. I was dreading. She's wanting water. She's wanting things. So I was dreading going out there. So I knew everyone was out there, like the homeboy and like other people around. They knew what I was doing. They felt bad for homegirl. I was like, man, Splender's a dick. But I mean, hey, you know, I got to do it. I got to do mines, right? What do people say? Do you. I was doing me. So, she's like, I want some water. I was like trying to figure out how it's like a 2-story apartment. I'm like fishing for the water hose, could bring the water hose up. I was trying everything I could do to not go out there. I had peed in a water jug and everything, like a old 2-liter bottle in my room. But I had to go out there. They were giving me death stares. Death stares. Got some cereal. It came out my boxers, like sweaty, hair messed up. I'm like, we're just talking. Came out with cereal. Ate cereal. Anyway, the next day, she left. The ex left. And then I told homegirl, oh, hi, babe. No, come sit down by me. Let's talk. She's like, fuck you. I don't think so, homie. And I was like, oh, nice try anyway. So it was like a little bit awkward, but I mean, we're all heroin addicts. We started doing heroin. Who gives a fuck about anything? Really, at that point, we're just. I got my chin to my chest. They're like, Splinter, did you see that? I go, no, but I heard it. So then, they got their revenge on me, though. And I'll tell you how. They got their revenge because homeboy ended up faking an eviction. First, she had told me, when she first got there and we were together, she's like, hey, let's get an apartment. She goes, me and you move out and get an apartment. But actually, I had 2 roommates there, and all 3 of us were pitching on the rent. I said, no, I'm not going to move in an apartment with you, leave my homeboys hanging. Like, if it was us 3 in this apartment, that'd be dirty to tell them, hey, I'm going to move out and move in with her. They could probably replace me, get another roommate, but I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. So then she went and asked someone else. He's like, all right, went and asked the dude, her ex. So he faked an eviction. It was in his name. He's like, sorry, bro, we're going to evict. And I already paid him rent for that month. Said we get evicted for not paying the rent. Wait a minute, I paid your rent. He's like, oh no, for making too much noise, they smell weed, making all these excuses. But then I seen the note on the door, except for not paying rent. And I paid him my portion. Anyway, they went and got an apartment. I just followed him there. I went and stayed a lot at that apartment too. In fact, after I caught a stabbing, cops rushed me and busted me there. But the house that I ended up moving into, it's kind of crazy. There's a street in Bakersfield, and I found out the hard way. This is a street, like, we have a place called Gordon's Ferry. It's known where all the homosexuals hang out by the bluffs. I've just been hearing about it for years. That's all I knew about where they hung out, Gordon's Ferry. And then they had this place called the Wildcat on Chester. It was like a porno shop where one of the homeboys put me on my game. We'd pull these robberies. Homosexuals are easy to rob. If you're ever to the curb and like you really need a fast come up, dude, I mean, super easy to rob. Homosexual, and you can get him back by Wildcat. I didn't know the street that I moved on, like 25th Street, that was one of their main hangouts, so had no idea. And my room didn't have any mini blinds. Nothing at all, just a straight window. So I'm in there and I moved in, but I start noticing a car pull up, guy get out, get another car, they drive off, they come back, 2 people get out, get in this car. All this traffic of people stop and get in a different car, start tripping like, blah, what's going on? Tripped me out. To where finally I got down low and I got me a piece of paper and a pen. I was like, all right, white bearded guy, red truck, picks up Mexican dude in hat. Okay, drop him off. Okay, silver car, old man, silver car, has a Chinese guy with them. They pick up the Mexican dude with the red hat. What? Where's the white guy with the beard? he's back in the red truck with the blackout. Oh, what are they doing? Oh my gosh. It was madness. Then my roommate came home, he came in, I go, shh, they turned the light on, I turned it off, I go, dude, FBI's out, dude, I have no idea what's going on out there. He's like, oh no, dude, this is like the whole stroll for the gays. They do this every other Thursday. Oh boy, thought you knew, ask somebody. I had no idea. Thank you for telling me. So, 15 minutes, I want to go a little bit longer than that. What else could I say? So, coldest reason, I guess I ever, ended a relationship, I guess say, was with this chick. We hooked up. She was my cousin's friend. I just fresh out of Soledad. We were together. She was a assistant manager of a store. I thought kind of cool. That's just cool. Like if your old lady has a good job, I'm like assistant manager. Like kind of, my balls aren't big enough to flat out just right away say, hey, what are you making an hour? What are your checks looking like? What are you claiming on your W-2s? Can I see a check stub? But I was like, what was she making? Like a good 15 to 16? Hey, do you get any overtimes? A time and a half? What's going on? Do you get discounts on the clothes? Anyway, she's an assistant manager. Right on. Some of my homeboy's pad. His parents are gone for the weekend. Start pounding Dad's beer. I was like this, double fisted. One in this hand, one in this hand. Yeah, drink a beer, double fisted. Drink them all up. He kept saying, dude, you got to buy some more of my dad's beer. You got to buy some more of Dad's beer. I will. Don't trip. So I thought, you know what, my old lady will. She gets paid Friday. So sure enough, on Friday, she got off work, she's going to pick me up. I went with her to Food Max to cash her check. And then I sprung on her. I was like, oh, hey, I got to get a case of beer for homeboy's dad. And she told me no. I couldn't believe it. It was like, psh, slap in the face. Almost like when homeboy had told me, homegirl had told me that she had to get with homeboy because homegirl told her it was homeboy and homegirl. I'm throwing it out there. But it was slap in the face almost when the first story, how shocked I was. My old lady told me, yeah, of course I slept with them. My homegirl told me it's good. I had to give it a try. Psh, that kind of slap in the face. Like, psh, you're not going to buy the beer? You're not going to, you got a job, a paying job, you're an assistant manager. You're not going to buy me a case of beer? We're over. We're done. Dropped me back off at my homeboy's house and broke up with her. And I'm splitting, and then she ended up fucking driving all over Bakersfield looking for me. And I got back with her, but I told her she had to give me her guitar and amp. I know I'm a cold piece of work. But she's a cold piece of work. I would have bought the beer for her. This kind of shit pisses me off if I feel like I'm more invested in you. Because if I had the job and the check, and she's like, look, I got to get a case of beer for homegirl. I drank them all. That's no problem. So you're trying to tell me you wouldn't reciprocate? Oh shit, I shot that word too. Reciprocate. What? Back and forth? No, man, I don't think so. So, yeah, that's what happened. She's the reason why I got Ho's love tattoo over my eye too. Because she testified on me in court. I knew she was going to come testify on me in court. I was like, what can I get over my eyebrow? I want to get something. I want for her to come testify. I want her to be up on stand and look at me and be like, oh, motherfucker's got a new tattoo over his eyebrow. I was feeling it, bro. That was my vibe. I was all the way there. What can I get? So then I wasn't looking on the table for something to get, but I happened to notice on the table someone to put Ho's love it. Ho's the heart, it. Boom, that's it. I got it. This has been gone over like 3 different times because it's always like, pup, 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 pup. It's not with a tattoo gun. It's like the pick style. 2 other people in Bakersfield, one of the good homeboys, like, hey, Splinter, get that 2 dogs. That's what you do, respect. You want someone's pattern. And then you'll fuck with somebody if they have a shitty tattoo. You'll be like, hey, let me get that pattern, homeboy. When you don't want the pattern because it's a shitty tattoo. But if you really do want the pattern, and you say, hey, let me get it, dog. And I say, yeah, for sure, brother. He got it, and someone asked him. And a 3rd person has it. That 3rd person went and robbed. He's doing like 15 years right now for armed robbery. He went and robbed a store. He's like, let me get him a cigarette. So like, okay, so your ID. Handed the ID, and they're looking at it. Like, give me all your money with a shotgun, and give my ID back. And they're like, okay, memorizing it. So, Alan's your name, huh? Anyways, be that as may. His name's on Alan. I just said that. Can you tell it was an A? I was like thinking, we're going to come with Aaron. But then I said Aaron, you might, oh, that could have been with an E, though. Anyway, what the fuck you talking about, Splinter? Sometimes I don't even know what I'm talking about. But I know I'm burning up time. 41, 42, 43 seconds. Speaking of 41, 42, 43 seconds, I want to do some burpees here pretty soon. 44! That's the number the NLR says. We're doing ICDTP. Me and Nick Brimman just out of wood from Rosedale. There was an NLR dude. He's a dropout. I know he's a dropout because he didn't introduce himself as NLR. And he had NLR tattooed real small on the back of his neck. So we'd be doing our burpees and we'd always be counting 41, 42, 43, 44! And that dude would he would get the shivers every time we do it. Because it's like kind of like what we're saying, we're fucking with his head. Tell him like we're affiliated, but what they're not. We're not. We're just fucking with the dropout. So, yeah, I fucked with him. But he had a dog with him, Pony Boy, a buff-ass dude. He went tripping Pony's there because he knew that Pony was back. Then but Pony left. He's like, oh, shit. Just me 10 toes down. I'm not feeling it. And he ended up running out the door over some weird shit. I think I covered that before. Who knows? Sometimes I don't know. I'm not even going to go there. Anyway, yeah, post this video. I want to do more. This one's been 4 days. I always tell myself I like doing every other day. But we got to have a big talk anyway, point of view crew. I got something going on. with Sandman, Quidet's kept, and as soon as that happens, I'm going to talk to you guys. There's a lot going on. A lot going on in my stomach. You know, I've not eaten for like over a week. I can't. I'm not hungry. Before this video, I start feeling my stomach growl. Something's going on, ulcer from those rock stars. I don't know what it is. I have no appetite. But I'm not hungry. I just don't eat. I have like gummy bears here and there. And I keep buying like a pastrami sandwich with the fry, the big meal. And I drink the Sprite, have a couple fries, one bite, done. Give it to the dogs. Just not eating at all. I keep waiting for myself to get all sucked up. But it hasn't happened. Now, I hope I don't lose no fucking weight over this shit. But I want to go to the doctor, get my stomach checked out. But it's fucked up when you have a bad stomach. There's nothing they can do. What are they going to do? They can't look at it like, you know, it's like, there's no like machine they can put in your ear that measures your stomach. It's like, you know, what can you do? They just have to take your word. I come in all tatted back like, hey, my stomach's bad. Give me 80 Norcos. That's what they're taking it. Give me a fucking shot right here, Demerol or some shit. I don't know. Give me an epidural. Anyway, I'm going to cut this train and let it fly. Peace.